right, 6 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. That awesome music means that Jim Beckett is somewhere nearby, and he is nearby in a red sweater today because it's kind of cold out there, but that wouldn't stop you from golfing, I don't think. That's what we talk about during Jim's visit with us. We talk about golf. That's why the show is called Let's Talk Golf, and Jim has a guest today. Bruce Roberts is here, and we're going to find out about, I think, golf and badminton. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. So good morning, Jim, and good morning, Bruce.
Good morning. What a great day.
Good morning.
It is great. Look cool. Are you okay with cold temperatures?
I'm okay with cool temperatures.
Cool, not cold.
Well, I don't want snow.
Okay, so 36 is okay as long as there's no snow.
Well, 38.
38, okay.
Who's counting? You know, the wind has a lot to do with it than the cloud cover.
That's what they say.
It's not just the temperature.
That's what they say.
The sun's out, it can be quite a bit cooler.
Even if it's colder.
Even if it's cooler without the wind. The wind can change the temperature feel on the golf course because you're in the open, maybe as much as 10 degrees, and how you feel about it.
And when you're doing stuff, too, if you're outside and you're running around, you don't feel the cold as much as when you're just sitting still.
I'll have to try that. I've never done that.
But in golf, you're moving constantly, so that must take some of the edge off.
Well, I don't move as much as most people. You know, most people are doing all that big, awful golf swing. No wonder they can't hit it. Anyway.
So the badminton part of Bruce's legacy, I guess you would say, was Joe was telling me about it. Now that's where your swing is up here.
Now, he's in the world-class badminton, not just batting it around the backyard.
Well, thank you for clearing that up.
But Olympic.
But I mean, you both the swing of the arm is important in both games. Just one is up, overhead, and one is down.
I think he's going to correct that, I think.
Okay.
Well, they're similar in the fact that badminton is not a wrist sport. It's a forearm rotation sport.
Oh, wow.
As is golf. But so is the baseball swing, the tennis racket.
Okay.
So the sports are interchangeable as far as some of the physics of the action.
So does anybody play you? I don't know anybody else who's a professional badminton player.
Yes, you do.
I do?
Do you know the name Bobby Jones?
Yeah.
All right. His off-season was spent playing badminton at the Atlanta Athletic Club, and that's what he used to keep himself in shape for golf.
Oh, really?
That enhanced his ball striking skills tremendously.
It's like a ballet for a football player.
See, the average big, strong guy is going to use his big muscles to try to hit the ball like a jackhammer, which really does.
I'm glad you said hammer.
This is always the motion.
Yeah.
For golf when it's
so do
efficient.
you ever use that, Jim? Do you ever use badminton as a way to kind of...
I tried it once. I beat the guy 21-0, so I just quit.
You beat the guy.
No competition.
That wouldn't be surprising to me.
He must have beat him with a stick.
No, I've never done it.
So do you have people coming by to, are you in the business of sales, Bruce? Do you sell things? Or do you give lessons?
No, I'm specifically a golf teacher, golf instructor.
Oh, okay.
Jim is PGA and I'm USGTF, which is just a teaching function. Jim's experience in golf is far more expansive than mine. They do marketing, they do golf tournaments, etc., and they have to run a pro shop.
Oh, okay.
I just teach.
Tell him what the initials stand for.
U.S. Golf Teaching Federation.
It's strictly a teaching association, so that people who don't want to get conned into the PGA and pay all those dollars can get some backing, some training of specifically just the teaching element of golf.
So I know this is maybe out of left field, but if I were to give a gift certificate for lessons of golf, would the recipient be offended?
Actually, I think it works just the other way.
Really?
I was just at the printer this morning. I'm promoting right now something that maybe some of the listeners may and like to have. You can buy it for yourself, but it's a great gift because what we're doing is a 50% added value. If you want to spend $50, you get a $75 certificate. If you want to spend $100, you get a $150 certificate. $200 gives you a $300 certificate, so it's a 50% added of whatever you're going to spend for the certificate.
That's awesome.
So it means your gift, if you don't tell them that, is,
you don't tell them how much you spend?
Oh, no.
Well, so what I was thinking is that if somebody like me, and Jim knows that I'm not a golfer.
He is a great golfer with one 30-minute lesson.
All right, now, but with that aside, I'm not a great golfer. All right, so if I were to get that gift, I would think it would be wonderful because I don't have an ego about golf. I just want to learn how to play so that I can enjoy the game. But at the same time, nobody would ever think about getting this from me because I don't. It's kind of like something I'd like to do it, but I don't really talk about it.
Let me answer that another way.
Yeah.
Not at this moment, with my age, I'm not a gifted golfer, but I was a gifted golfer, and I was a gifted athlete when I was younger, but I didn't know that. I know it now.
Uh-huh.
But if someone gave me, let's say they don't know what I do for a living.
Right.
If they gave me a gift certificate, and it was from an authoritative source that I thought I could learn something, I would be thrilled for that gift at my level.
Okay.
So
That makes sense, then.
most golfers, except a very small percentage with the ego problem, all would like to get to the next level. They'd like to hit the ball 10 more yards.
Just a little bit better.
Like to hit it a little straighter. Like to score a little bit better. So that gift seat could be just on putting alone.
Makes sense.
Or just on the sand trap, which maybe they're struggling with. So most golfers are going to see that as something of value that they might not initiate themselves, but would definitely use it as a plus if it was a gift.
So, the motivational speaker, Tony Robbins, this is what he does for a living. He motivates people. But he still goes to motivational speakers' presentations. And he said, because maybe I don't learn anything new except for one thing. Well, that one thing makes it worth it. So
correct.
Maybe that would be the same thing in this case.
Absolutely. If the golfer feels like they don't need any help, we call those golfers course cloggers. I told you the elements. There's the
I'd be a course clogger.
No, you're a participant. Then you have course cloggers that are all over the place, slowing things down. Then you have, there's complainers, and then there's alibars. The complainers, unfortunately, for the ladies, are female. The alibars are the men. It's never their fault. That bird's chirping, you hear that limb drop, hear that car backfire. They always got a reason for their miss.
That's true.
And then you mixed a few golfers amongst all
That's
those.
true for more than golf, though. I think I used that here. I made a mistake. Well, there was a girl walking past. I couldn't help myself.
We do see some, don't we?
We sure do. Yeah, now and then.
There'll be at least one come by here and turn her head in a minute. And Larry always says, "1 moment, please," and we'll be right back to you.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to say that in a little bit. If you would like to call during the course of the show, you are invited to do so. Jim Beckett is here. He is a PGA professional and the founder of the Golf College, and we're going to get some more information about the new, improved version of the Golf College. And Jim's guest today is Bruce Roberts, USGTF professional. Okay, and you're a golf teacher. I guess that's what I should say, because nobody knows what initials mean. But we do need to take a little break. And we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA, Ocala. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today and milder this afternoon with a high of 64 to 70. Tonight, mainly clear, chilly, lows ranging from the lower 40s in a few inland spots to the upper 50s along the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high of 71 to 75. On Saturday, times of clouds and sunshine, breezy and warm, high 74 to 78. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
This is a public notice. Local residents can now save thousands of dollars on their next car, truck, or SUV. It's not a tent sale, because no tent is big enough to hold this many cars. It's OcalaForSale.com. Say goodbye to sticker shock. OcalaForSale.com has thousands of vehicles with no stickers at all. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
All right, 16 minutes after 10 o'clock. Let's return to Let's Talk Golf. Remember, it's called Let's Talk Golf because we want you to talk. The phone number is 622-9622. You can ask golf questions today of two gentlemen, and that would be Jim Beckett and Bruce Roberts. Plus, maybe you've got a badminton question. I would imagine this. Do you get a lot of them when people find out what you do?
Yeah, because they're usually very interested in the sport and not very knowledgeable. It used to be a major sport back in the 20s.
Is that right?
In the 20s and 30s, up through the early 50s, it was a very popular sport.
And for some reason, it's diminished to the backyard recreational thing.
It's diminished because of the fact that we've had so many other sports come in conflict or in competition with it.
Really?
It was the advent of professional sports. The college programs have gone to, soccer, lacrosse, any number of sports, tennis, and have taken away some of the impetus to go and play badminton, which is a very inexpensive indoor sport.
Indoor?
Right, indoor, not outdoor. Outdoor is like comparing table tennis to tennis. The comparisons are minuscule.
But it seems like with tennis, you have a second chance to hit the ball because the ball's going to hit the court and then you hit it. But with badminton, you've got to get it while it's in flight.
That's right. And as I spoke with Jim earlier, he says, well, that's a slower sport. And I said, no, if you ever watch it at the Olympic level, the fastest recorded strike on a badminton shuttle is 250 miles an hour.
Wow.
So that's like putting Roger Clemens on the Little League mound throwing you a fastball.
Wow.
Very rapid reaction
I have
sport.
no idea.
And one statistic that tennis players don't like is that 3 hours of tennis is the equivalent to 27 minutes of badminton.
As far as what? Calorie burning?
As far as energy expenditure.
Oh, wow.
So
Much
it's
faster.
second to soccer as far as total energy expenditure.
Wow. You just sold a lot of badminton
No,
sets.
I haven't. It's a very difficult racket sport to pick up. It's a very technically accurate sport. It's not a muscle sport. It's a reaction sport. And it's difficult to learn the backhand. Pickleball is very popular because you can pick up a pickleball paddle and in 5 minutes you can learn how to hit a backhand and a forehand. And easily it would take you a couple of years to hit a backhand proficient in badminton. And you only have to hit it 44 feet, one end to the other. But it takes an incredible amount of timing.
Jim, how stupid will I look if I ask what is pickleball? I don't want to ask it. I don't want him to know I don't have...
It's a physical activity that I never heard of until
Is
I
it
came to the villages.
It's not ping pong?
And
It's like ping pong on an outdoor badminton court with a tennis net.
Really?
That's the quickest explanation I can.
Wow.
It slows down tennis, and it doesn't take as much muscle. But it's
a good recreational sport.
It's designed to get you active and have some proficiency without so much expertise.
Without so much...
Expertise.
Oh, expertise. Okay.
You don't have to be so good to play it. If you play it better, then of course you're going to win more matches. But it's very popular in the villages.
Before the break, I mentioned the golf college. That's up and running now completely, or?
Yeah, we're calling it the Learning Center now because
that's
we
right.
have more facilities
The
to work
learning-
with. We have a specific purposed short game area, and that's the area where the scoring is so much more important in golf than blasting the ball off the tee. Until you get your long game to the point where you're satisfied your ego and what have you. Most people don't put a lot of effort into it, but no one scores in golf that does not have a good short game. The short game be chipping, pitching, short approach shots where you don't take a full swing in the sand. Chipping, pitching, short shots, and putting. That's where probably 70% of the scoring is done. Getting it from the tee to the green is an application which can be learned, and you can be good at it or so-so at it. But it's only going to take up so many strokes. When you get near the green, and you remember that.
That's the real skill, or
that little hole
technical
that they
part.
say is so little, which is 4 1/4 inches, is really giant. 4 balls can go in at one time. It's a lot bigger than a basketball goal compared to a basketball.
True, that's true.
But people have difficulty with it, but they don't, unless they're encouraged or educated to the validity of that, they're never going to score very well. All the professionals, that's the area where the scoring, that's where it dictates how low you could shoot.
And the equipment obviously is something people are thinking about as a gift. So can you talk about that again?
The equipment is an enigma. It's so good. The companies are so good at their marketing schemes that many golfers inadvertently get sold that they can buy a game by buying more expensive equipment. You do need good equipment, but it need not be expensive, and that's where they don't like what I say, and I don't like what they do.
Well, and you customize equipment for the player. You do something. You balance it.
I mean, it's like you, a guy your size and your strength, you pick up the average golf club and it feels like a toothpick to you.
Yeah.
The grip's too skinny, the shaft's way too short, so you're uncomfortable even addressing the ball. So if you start off uncomfortable, you're probably not going to make a very good swing. You need to be comfortable. So personalizing the equipment so it fits the 9 body types, the 3 strength factors, the 3 talent factors. So everybody's unique. Everybody. No matter what they do, they're unique.
And Bruce, when you're teaching somebody, do you have like the ideal student, or like do you sometimes pass off the student and say, Jim, you take this one? Like,
Not yet.
Hasn't happened yet?
Not yet.
The ideal student is a person that still wants to improve and get better.
Which is what, 90%?
Like in your case, you were kind of petrified going on the golf course. So
Right,
the fact that we took a little time to help you get a little more comfortable, that's
Right.
really all it did, is help you get a little more comfortable and give you a way to have a little success. And so that made that day totally different than had you gone without that intro.
The comfort level, to be perfectly honest, I'm going to hopefully articulate this the correct way. It was you, and it was you because you showed us that we didn't have to worry about it. We could just relax and have fun. It didn't matter if we were the worst golfer ever, as long as we were having fun, and then suddenly we were able to relax and learn a little bit.
You guys, that really, for being what we call non-active golfers, really played quite well. We have golfers who play avid golf,
But I mean, if you
and
had
don't
been
play as good as you play now.
But if you that's hard to believe.
Correct, it is hard to believe.
But if you had been like the hard-nosed, whatever I'm trying to say,
if I'd have told you the quote correct grip,
I would have been so petrified out there.
You'd have been uncomfortable. You would have not hit as many good shots, and it wouldn't have been fun.
And I would be constantly thinking, somebody's going to yell at me any minute.
Yep.
Somebody's going to yell at me any minute, and I'm just going to not want to be here anymore, which I think was what I thought before I ever did it. I thought that was going to be the experience. Like
That's what we try to dispel. The idea is that people have a lot of natural ability, and just bring those abilities to the surface and give people something to work on. Unfortunately, in the pro ranks, many times they're like giving lectures, and they put you off and they intimidate you, and that is not our goal. We take what assets you bring to the table, enhance them, and diminish the negatives. You're not going to accomplish anything if you're working on the negatives. You work on the positives and build those, and diminish the areas where you're weak or have weaknesses. And so to try to raise their level of play by enhancing what they have.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like that day, Larry, you were hoping to hit the ball some.
Yeah.
The fact that you were able to get contact and get the ball to go, and that
Every once in a while.
calmed you down more than me, quite frankly, because a little success goes a long way. So
maybe somewhat.
So you start with every person at whatever point they're starting at. And you start there, and you just try to get to the next incremental thing so that they're making a positive progression. And in life, as well as golf, any success you have changes your whole perception of how to proceed from there.
Can a family who's got people coming down or over or whatever for Thanksgiving, can they go golfing on Thanksgiving Day, or are they all closed?
Most courses run a special Thanksgiving, trying to get the golfer.
Oh, really?
If he has late dinner to get a morning run in, or if they have early dinner, maybe sink 9 holes in after that, unless they're going to watch football.
Oh,
so
really?
you run specials. We were just looking at a special one of the courses doing. They cut their price in half for Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, wow.
Well, they're trying to generate some business from their own selfish point of view, but they're also giving that golfer who really wants to go out there and not spend the whole day watching TV and eating a reason maybe to go and justify it. So everybody wins.
Yeah, you get burn off some of that food.
Yes, sir.
You get some of that. So when Bruce was talking about the calorie burning with badminton, do you have figures with golf? I mean, do you have like one game of golf burns a whole whopper or something?
I do not, and there probably is such a thing as that.
Yeah.
The number of swings you take during the round. Let's say you take 2 practice swings and you shoot 100, that's 300 swings. So you just step here on the sidewalk and take 300 swings, you're exercising the body.
Yeah, right.
It's just over a period
It's just
of time.
fun. It's a fun way to exercise.
Yeah, it's an easy way to stay physically and mentally active without stressing yourself out, like going to the gym and seeing how many pull-ups and chin-ups you can do. It's a different.
Well, and I like the idea of the family coming together, and maybe you don't spend much time, rather than sitting on a couch talking. Why don't you go out to the golf course and talk and have some fun at the same time?
That's not promoted enough.
Yeah.
And I think that's an area that's untapped. That happens usually on some Sunday golf,
Yeah.
weekend type golf, because of the work schedule. Of course, in the retirement area, that's not really so. But I will tell you that most golf courses in our area, or any retirement area, they're busier Monday through Friday than they are on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, really?
Well, you attribute that to some
Really?
family thing, maybe
Yeah.
kids in school, grandkids, and of course football or sports.
Yeah,
TV.
it gets in the way, yeah.
So for some
The
odd reason,
spectator
it's the reverse up north. The weekends are jam-packed and weekdays not as busy. But it's just a different lifestyle when you're in a retirement area. You can always get on the golf course.
Bruce?
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to one thing you said. You had asked about it being an exercise like badminton. Badminton is an aerobic exercise. The thing about golf is you have 640 muscles in your body, approximately 320 pairs of muscles. It's a good exercise physically for people who don't get out and do cardio work. So you're exercising many of your muscle groups, but it's not an aerobic expenditure of energy. But it keeps people fit, like walking, like swimming. It does help to develop most of the muscles in the body and keeps them supple.
Supple is a good word.
Supple is a good word, yes. Well, this is going by too fast. I just looked at the clock and realized I need to ask for a phone number, a website. How do we get a hold of you, Jim? I know we do this each week or each time you come in here.
My cell number is 352-470-3876. And now that I have Bruce, he can give his, because he's now on
Mine
board.
is 352-643-0716.
And go get a gift certificate and give somebody a gift. This is an awesome idea, really.
Yeah, the 50% added is a real plus.
Yeah. We need to move forward. Thank you, Bruce Roberts. Thank you. Nice to meet you, by the way. Have a great Thanksgiving, both of you. I probably
too,
won't
sir.
see you till after, right?
Probably not.
All right. And then after that, what am I hearing in my headset? I'm hearing the wrong thing. And then, and Jim, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there's the music. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president in prime time tonight on his plans to take action on immigration reform.
Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul told Fox News
he has absolutely no right through executive order to write new immigration law.